Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy, and this is episode 197. We're almost there. We're almost to 200, and I'll tell you who is. It's the 280 Plus podcast, and guess who crashed it this week?
What are we doing?
It was me. I did it. I'm the one who executive produced, came up with all the topics, actually had to remind Los, hey, you have your 200th episode coming up. He was just going to breeze right over it, skip the whole thing. And I said, stand still. You don't have to do the work. I'll come in, run the whole show, edit it, post it, come up with everything for you. And you just don't do anything. So I basically did all the work for the 200th episode of the What Are We Doing 280 Plus extravaganza, 200th episode extravaganza, 280 Plus podcast.
What are we doing?
Is basically what happened. I mean, not really, but basically at the end of the day, I basically like Los, he owes me now. Los owes me. Los owes me. Los owes me. I like saying all that together as one. Los owes me. I feel like that's a word or a character name. Los owes me. Los owes me an episode. So he's going to do 200 with me in Mexico. And I mean, hey, the least I could do is co-produce and host his 200th episode here now. Just, because of the simple fact that he is taking time out of his busy schedule in life to, get on a plane and fly to Cabo Wabo, Mexico, for me and my fiance to get married next week. And so, it's the least I could do for him to do for me to do for each other. So we'll be back, not next Friday, but Los and I will be back for the episode that we drop the Friday after that. Will be a Mexico episode. We'll bank that while we're there together over the course of next weekend and in next week. So it's getting crazy. The schedule is real busy. A lot of things going on. So many podcasts I've been on this week. So 280 Plus just dropped episode 200 featuring me. I got this episode out now. And if you're hearing this, that means that the 4th episode of the Tone Tailors podcast has dropped. And so you can go check that out wherever you listen to your podcast episodes, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, you name it. It's there. Just search Tone Tailors podcast and you'll find it. This week we interviewed the Wild Hymns. And if you haven't heard the last 3 episodes of that new installment of a new show/podcast I'm doing for them, go check that out if you have anything to do with music or Lancaster or Philly or the music scene just in general. The Tone Tailors podcast is where you need to be. And so 3 episodes dropping this week, 5 hours a total of podcast dropping this week from me in the studio. And what better way to top it all off? Just a busy week. You know what I mean? We don't look forward to Fridays here. We work through them because the weekend's also a time to work. We've got none other than a 3-day residency popping off at the Carlisle Dunkin' Donuts. All new, 2 Hauser Lane, I believe is the address, Carlisle, PA. We're right beside the Home Depot, right behind the Chili's. So if you know where that is, stop on by. Either today's already over, extravagant. It went so well. My friends from Instagram came. Shout out to them. Shout out to Grayson. And just over the filming incredible video and getting some behind the scenes shots of me. And just the new location and just being a fan of Dunkin' Donuts. So, DJ Donuts was out there. I was doing my thing, getting into Pink Pony Club. And wouldn't you damn know it, it wasn't, 30 minutes in. 30 minutes in to me being at this all new Dunkin' Donuts. Now, granted, I start at 7 a.m. That's when Dunkin' Donuts is popping, babes. Everyone's on their way to work. That's when you get the most people at Dunkin' Donuts. That's when we host the DJ Donuts event. And so I'm playing music at like 7:30 a.m. It wasn't 30 minutes into the evening or into the event and this morning, that someone pulled right up beside me, rolled their window down, giving me a thumbs down. I thought they just didn't like the song I had on.
What are we doing?
But this lady keeps giving me a thumbs down. She's pointing over here. She's like all in a tizzy, yelling at me. The DJ outside of the Dunkin' Donuts, I have nothing to do with the coffee. Like, so I'm thinking, what does she want? So I go up to this lady and she's like, hey, I live right across the street and I think it's a bit early for you to be playing the music this loud. And I go, okay, so sorry, I'll take that into consideration. And then she drove off and then I turned it up a little bit more because every 10 minutes, the owner of the building is coming out to me telling me to turn it up because that means more people can hear it and that'll draw their attention this way towards the Dunkin' Donuts, resulting in more sales for him. And so it's kind of this lose-lose situation for me because the residents want the music turned down. And so does the owner of the establishment wants it turned up because that's what he paid for. And so DJ Donuts is back at it again. So we're doing that. I did it today. We'll do it tomorrow morning and Sunday morning as well, just to round out the weekend full of work, then back to it Monday. You know how it is, baby. We're winding and grinding. And speaking of today, it's July 11th. Happy Slurpee Slushy Day. It's 7-Eleven Day here in America. I don't know if other countries celebrate, but if they do, fantastic. If you don't, you should hop on the trend. It's 7-Eleven Day. It's free Slurpee Day at 7-Eleven. And there's not a single person on this planet that celebrates this holiday more religiously and more extravagantly than anyone else on the planet than Sandy Dunkel, okay? July 11th at the Dunkel household is an international, world-stopping, everything closed, everything shut down. The post office, no school, no work, even shut down the hospitals, dude. It is a national 7-Eleven Slurpee Day is more important than Christmas to my mother.
What are we doing?
And so it's just this situation where like it started off early. As a teenager, Sandy didn't really discover drugs. I think she smoked a little cigarette, then she didn't really like them anymore, then she stopped, and then she found Slurpees, okay? And so Sandy, the slushy queen, we have driven as children, okay? As children, we were forced to leave the house because Sandy needed a slushie. And if the immediate closest gas station, usually a Rutter's, but sometimes we would settle for a Sheetz. And then if that also wasn't readily available, we go to the next best gas station / convenience store / option for the slushie. We would sometimes spend 45 to 60 minutes in the car, stopping at upwards of 3 to 4 to 5 different locations, trying to find a gas station that has a working and non-defrosted Coke slushie machine just because Sandy was in the mood.
What are we doing?
And so this has been since childhood, okay? And so this is just, it's a holiday. It's a day that we all kind of, sometimes we're looking forward to it. Sometimes we're dreading it, depending on how we know Sandy might act on International Slushy Day, okay? And folks, listen, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating when I say she needs at least one slushie every 24 hours. And that's pushing it. That's pushing it. It's better if she has 2 every 24, but the more the merrier. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, it's gotten to the point where we've now had to enlist in hypnotism services for Sandy's slushy addiction twice.
What are we doing?
Sandy has now been hypnotized by a professional hypnotist. I will get rid of your addiction. Come listen to me. I will hypnotize you and you will be free of this devil in your life. And Sandy went and she goes and she gets hypnotized and she feels real good. And she's slushy free for 24 hours and then boop, kick, right back on it.
What are we doing?
We've had her hypnotized more than twice in the last 9 months. And so when I tell you, like, listen, folks, some people you feel bad because some of your family members, like, they got money problems, they got boyfriend problems, you got family problems, someone's a gambler, so alcohol, drugs, okay? Our house is constantly looking for the next hypnotist to try to get Sandy off the slurps.
What are we doing?
And so it's 7-Eleven, and so we're just kind of all on edge. Some of us are waiting for a text. Sometimes Sandy puts herself into a sugared overdose coma, so she has to be picked up from a Rudders, much like, you know what I mean, like not a bar. Like it's not like she's not drunk, but that's the effect that all of the sugar from the slushy has on her. So sometimes on 7-Eleven days, because they're free. So she just hits every 7-Eleven and every gas station she could find with free slushy promos going on, which is most of them in Central PA, and just hits one after another after another. So eventually she'll hit her slurpy coma is what we call them. And then depending on whose turn it is this year, it might be my turn. I'll get a phone call roughly around 3 o'clock, 3:30, somewhere around 4 o'clock saying, hey, Sandy needs to be picked up from whatever location she stopped at last.
What are we doing?
And so it's sometimes a tough, rough topic to talk about. The hypnotist, sometimes it seems to work. I'm trying to get some medication. I don't know. We're trying to come up with ways to help solve Sandy's slurpy addiction. And if you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comments down below. But happy 7-Eleven Slurpee Day, everybody else out there. Listen, here's the thing. I need everyone to calm down. I need the stores, the manufacturers, the TikToks, the content, the everything about it. I need it to be shut down for the next 3 weeks. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking to you. Halloween and summertime.
What are we doing?
What are we doing with that? What are we doing with all the spooky spirit Halloween decorations? We've got Michael's, Five Below, Lowe's, I think now, Marshall, all of the stores are starting to get in their Halloween decoration supplies. And it's only July 11th, folks. I need you guys to cool it with the Halloween shit. And I'll tell you why. Because, hey, I've got a 6-year-old son who already has a half-baked spirit Halloween store living in my living room right now.
What are we doing?
My son has been looking forward to Halloween 2025 since Halloween 2024. And so when I tell you that we have been patiently waiting and just watching video after video of all the different characters and things we saw last year and the animatronics and the spirit, the whole 9 yards. We have a tour. We have an entire tour date set up. On this day, we're going to Lowe's to look at the animatronics, then Home Depot, then At Home, then Spirit Halloween, then Walmart, then Target, then back to Home Depot. Then there's like 3 to 4 other stores that I'm not even naming right now that also sell Halloween decorations / animatronics that he'll definitely want to go see.
What are we doing?
And so if he finds out now, if he finds out in the middle of July that you all have released the load of Spirit Halloween decorations and Ghost and Jersey Shore Pauly D looking Frankenstein characters, like, I need you guys to chill for a couple weeks. Give me till August at least, because if my son finds out that this stuff's in stores right now, here's the issue. Hey, I don't have any money.
What are we doing?
I don't have money right now because I'm busy paying for the wedding day. You know what I'm saying? We got to fly to Mexico. We got to get to Cabo Wabo. So all of the extra funds are going towards that because for whatever reason, my future wife, Miss Megs, thinks that she needs a 14th pair of shoes now.
What are we doing?
And so I can't really afford to get into a daddy, I love you kind of buy me this battle right now with a 6-year-old because he sees all of the Halloween stuff he's been waiting for the last year and a half at all of his favorite stores. And so if everyone could please just do me a favor, we're going to take a break. We're going to take it all off the shelves, Walmart, Target, Five Below, At Home, Michael's, Home Goods, whoever, anyone who has any type of skeletons or Frankensteins or zombies or Haunted Mansion or whatever the hell has to do with Halloween on the shelves, let's just take it off. We're just going to take it off. We're just going to take it right off. We're going to take a temporary takeoff and then boop, in like what, 2 weeks, fam? Hey, you can bring it right back.
What are we doing?
Just give me a 2-week pause, please. And then we can go right back to Spooky Town. As soon as we get to August 1st, we're good to go. I just need, it's July. It's the way the financial, there's a checking and a saving and the whole.
What are we doing?
Pause for just 2 weeks. Thank you. All right. Listen, I just need everyone to understand that I have no intention on coming onto this podcast this week and spewing the same narrative, this same lousy, unresearched, just disgusting, blatant, nonsensical telling of the truth that all of the other podcasters, all of the other YouTubers, all of the other voices that matter, the Rogans, the Spotify exclusives, Travis Kelce's, whoever has a podcast nowadays is saying the same thing about my good friend. He's not a good friend. It's fine. I don't even know him. I have no association with Jeffrey Epstein, and I can't really stand it anymore because all week long, all I have heard is since the news broke, since the official report from the FBI and the United States government came out last week that Jeffrey Epstein, in fact, unalived himself, okay? It was not a conspiracy. It was not a cover-up. It was not anyone inside the jail. They released the footage. The minutes missing because that's how the security system works, guys. Get with the program.
What are we doing?
Google how security systems work, and you'll see it says right there in plain bold letters, that's how security systems work. A minute's missing in every tape.
What are we doing?
Like, it's the same, it's just the Tim Dillons and the people, everybody's like, can you believe the government's lying to us? Why would they lie to us? Why would Donald Trump, the president of the United States, and Kash Patel and his other bald friend and all of the people of Trump's cabinet that are in the government now who are making decisions, why in the right mind would they go on such a big podcast such as Joe Rogan and CNN and Fox News and say things like, hey, if there's information to be had about Epstein and his death and what actually happened, I'll give it to you. And guess what? There wasn't. There's no list. There's no blacklist. There's no other people that that could be prosecuted. They looked at 10,000 hours worth of incriminating footage, and the only persons or people in that footage was Jeffrey Epstein and his victims. There was no one else. Even though we know there was no one. And so, you know what I mean? That's what they said. And so why would they lie to me and you? There's no way that Donald Trump would come out and say that that's the official report when it's not the official report.
What are we doing?
He was just a regular, sick, twisted kind of guy. Okay. He somehow magically acquired an island that he took allegedly people to, and while his guest, who may or may not have been Bill Clinton or RFK Jr. or Donald Trump himself or all of Donald Trump's friends or basically anyone else who is actually on the Epstein list, while they were on the island with Jeffrey, they were over there in the kitchen making everyone omelets. You know what I mean? You know, Bill Clinton, he loves to make an omelet when he's, over at a friend's house, especially on a private island that you flew on a private jet to get to. He loves to just go in the kitchen, start making omelets. While Bill Clinton was making the omelets, That's when Jeffrey Epstein, all by himself, was committing the crimes. And that's why no one else shall be named. How thou shalt not be named, he shall not be named.
What are we doing?
And so this is the narrative now that we're going with. This is it. This is the truth. And for anyone else who has a platform and an audience and a podcast who comes on here and is like, can you believe it? They're laughing at you because Jeffrey Epstein actually, he probably didn't kill himself, and there's definitely a list, and there's definitely another, and we know it because we did. Listen, I mean, like the likes. Listen, someone needs to check on CoffeeZilla. CoffeeZilla's crashing out. My man's has posted like 3 or 4 videos in the span of a couple days on this topic, and he's like freaking out. He's like, bro, I'm being gaslit. I'm being gaslit. It's a fucking government, and they're gaslighting me because one day this girl said this, that guy said this. They gave the influencers the books.
What are we doing?
And now there's no lid. He's just a regular guy. He does a thing, and he's not even really a criminal. It's Jeffrey Epstein. He was just one of the greatest tax accountants in New York City that New York City has ever seen. And it just so happened that when he was meeting with the likelihood of presidents, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, and all of their friends, he was doing that in the purpose of talking finances, taxes, New York City, office building, big chairs, big glass building, office room. It's notable, public space, that kind of situation. And when he went to the island by himself, allegedly, we're supposed to believe it was all him alone. And so it's not like we have, I don't think we have actually anyone from the intelligence agency saying that Jeffrey Epstein was intelligence. I don't think actually we have any images of Trump and Epstein together. I don't think it's really a weird coincidence that no one really seems to believe that the government is telling us the truth. And to that I say, hey, are you all sick in the head? Why would Donald Trump lie to you, especially you right there, his loyal voters?
What are we doing?
What's going on with the community? What's going on now? Because from what I hear, it seems to be imploding from the inside out, okay? Donald Trump runs on the campaign and wins the re-election on what? No war, bringing down prices, bringing down the economy, cut spending, right? And so now, we passed the big, beautiful bill, and now we're spending trillions and trillions of dollars on the military. We're spending trillions and trillions of dollars on deportation and the Alcatraz and the alligator and the swamp and the building. It's flooding. And we're just supposed to forget about Jeffrey Epstein, the files that he promised to declassify that were on Pam's desk. They were on her desk. And what she meant to say was the full damn report.
What are we doing?
And so at the end of the day, you have to believe the government. There's no other option. There's no other way. There's no other way of living. If you don't just give into you have to, you can't, you got to just go with it. Let's just go ahead. Come on, everybody say it with me. Jeffrey Epstein unalived himself. Say with me. Jeffrey Epstein unalived. Say with me. Jeffrey Epstein was a criminal and no one else. Jeffrey Epstein was the only criminal. Jeffrey Epstein was the only criminal. Say it with me. Come on. If we say it enough times, it'll really stick. And then you'll start to really kind of figure it out. And then boop, you'll live with it.
What are we doing?
Say it with me. Come on. Jeffrey Epstein acted alone. Jeffrey Epstein acted alone. 10,000 hours, it was just him. 10,000 hours, it was just him. 10,000 hours, it was just him.
What are we doing?
But he was a good guy. He was a good guy. Every person on this planet, except for me, believes that Epstein didn't unalive himself. If you guys, I'm just saying, listen, It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. 10,000 hours. And that's it. And that's the truth. And that's the reality that we have to live in. Listen, this was fun. I saw this coming from a mile away. We knew it was coming soon. We didn't know the exact date, but Post Malone opens up his own bar in Tennessee, and it's called Posties. It's got like 5 or 6 bars in it, 2 or 3 or 4 floors. There's a karaoke room. There's 2 or 3 stages. This place is extravagant. If you just go to TikTok, you can see all the videos of the guests. There's people there now. It just opened this last week. Anyone can go. It's Posties Bar in Tennessee. And the only issue about it is if you search on TikTok, okay, because everyone knows, if you search something on TikTok, you're going to find what you're looking for. If it's not within the realms of the TikTok search algorithm, it's probably not real and it doesn't exist. But the issue is, I know for a fact that Posties Bar exists. It's a real place. I've watched the manager give a tour. I've watched people go there. I've heard reviews. I've seen people do karaoke. Like, I've watched the videos. If you go to TikTok and search Posties Bar, Tennessee, you're going to get a flood of TikToks and videos of patrons and people and fans going to Posties Bar in Tennessee. And the only issue with that is, the one thing that's missing from those search results is any type of video or evidence that Post Malone has actually been there.
What are we doing?
Did we forget to tell Post Malone that he opened a bar, like they opened his bar?
What are we doing?
Did we forget to tell him? Does Posty know? If you search for Posties Bar in Tennessee on TikTok or YouTube, anywhere, there's no evidence of him going on like opening night, like making an appearance. Like, I haven't seen a video of him talking about it or promoting it. I think the only reason we've seen it is because it's been in our algorithms because we're Post Malone fans. There's just separate social accounts for it now. Does Post Malone know his bar's open?
What are we doing?
I don't think anyone told him. I don't think anyone told Post Malone that they opened his bar. He's busy doing the stadium tour with Jelly Roll. No one told him. Everyone was like, hey, someone definitely told Post the bar was open, right? And they're like, yeah, we definitely told him. And no one told him.
What are we doing?
I don't think he knows about it. But, I mean, it looks like a great experience. Here's the thing. All of our friends, family members, a lot of people we know have been going to Tennessee on vacations, and like Megs and I, we just kind of don't really find like that. Like, I don't know like what's there. It's a drive, and so like, but then it's like weird to fly because it's such a short distance, but the driving's so much longer. And so then it's like, but then if we do fly, then we need a car, I guess, when we're there. And it's like, what's there really? I think there's a Titanic museum and Post Malone's bar. I think there's a couple other country artists. They have bars. Trey Sackett, I don't know. There's like 18 different country artists with their own bars in Tennessee now.
What are we doing?
But like, I don't know. Megs and I don't think really fit the vibe or have interest in going to Tennessee. But now we kind of have to because it's like Posties. So here's what I think we do. I think Megs and I, we go to Tennessee. It's just a one-night extravaganza. We do a one-night extravaganza in Tennessee at Posties. We shut it down. We do the karaoke. I kill it because I'm a killer at karaoke. And then boom, we drink. We buy the whole bar. We smash it out. Hopefully Post Malone actually shows up to his own bar for once.
What are we doing?
You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit. He doesn't have to show up ever. Fuck it. And then boom, we the next day fly to Vegas for the rest of the stay, and we have fun there. I think that's the move. We go see the Backstreet Boys, a little Backstreet Boys Sphere action. I need to get to the Sphere. I think that's what we need to do. We go to Tennessee, we hit Posties for the night, then fly to Vegas, see a show at the Sphere, round out the weekend, and we're back by Monday.
What are we doing?
We could do it right now. We could get on a plane right now. Okay, dude. So listen, this is kind of hilarious, bro. And I think honestly, it might be my chance. It's hilarious, but it's also I think a blessing. I mean, I'm kind of being mean on one end, but like on the other end, I think this might be it. This might be my shot. Listen to this, okay? Last we reported, the Firefest 2 wasn't happening. I'm pretty sure that they have refunded all the tickets. The Mexico location is done. Firefest 2 is done. There is no Firefest 2. It's done. It's not happening anymore. That was never announced, but I'm pretty sure Billy just kind of made it go away quietly because why would you want to announce such an embarrassment such as Firefest 2?
What are we doing?
And so now, for these last couple of months, just to bring you up to speed, what Billy McFarland has been doing is he's been on Instagram and TikTok just promoting his live streams. He's trying to do these like kick live streams. He has about, I think 22 followers on his Kick channel.
What are we doing?
And so he's trying to figure out what to do with the Fire brand because he thinks the Fire brand is this just kind of cool, viral. Anyone who says, "Oh, I'm putting on a Fire event," or I'm doing a Fire hotel," it's like he thinks it'll be cool and viral based on the virality of everything that he's done. And so he's basically attempting to take all of the bad press that comes along with Fire Festival, the first one, the water fiasco, the blowjob, the whole 9 yards, the cheese sandwiches, Firefest 2, out of jail, the announcement, the hype, the lead up, the postponement, the location switch, Mexico, blaming the government, the whole episodic saga of Billy McFarland and his Firefest brand is now for sale. You can own it, all yours, for the low, low price of what's the bid currently? $210,000.
What are we doing?
There is an eBay link in the description below if you want to check the listing. There are 3 days left, folks. Get it in before Monday. You got the weekend to figure it out. If you want to place a bid, amongst the rest of us, believe me, I have a bid in. The Fire Festival brand is currently for sale for $210,000. You get the whole package, okay? Listen, impressions online since 2016, Fire Festival, 31 million. Bonnaroo doesn't get it. Nope. Coachella doesn't get it. Nope. Lollapalooza doesn't get it. Nope. The analytics, the views, the website clicks on a monthly basis, the analytics, the Google analytics are right there. It's 400,000 people a month. Let's go.
What are we doing?
So we placed a bid. I placed a bid for an undisclosed amount. I'm not going to tell you so you don't come in and overbid and like mess up my whole strategy, okay? I've got a reserve. They got a reserve. You know what I mean? If some people try to bid right now, you're probably going to be automatically outbid based on how much I put in. So right now, the current bid is at $210,600. And so you can buy Billy McFarland's Fire Festival brand. You have to pick it up in person. You drive or fly into New York City. You'll meet with Billy and the team. You'll shake his hand. He'll sign over the rights. And then you are the new exclusive owner of the Fire Festival brand. And you yourself could, if you wanted to, put on your own Fire Fest or do literally anything else that you wanted with the name FYRE.
What are we doing?
And so that's just Billy McFarland's plan. He can't really get people to give him money anymore. And it's kind of say he's trying to do like this. I think he's doing a hotel pop-up. He's doing like a Fire pop-up where basically he's just rented like 20 to 30 rooms in a hotel. And now he's just trying to resell them to people. And then it's supposed to be this little mini gathering, this little mini Fire Festival with the the people from the 30 rooms of the resort that he reserved under membership. He probably got some sort of kickback, and it's just him attempting to do like a Fyre Fest 3.0, but we only need people. We only need like 30 tickets to fill the hotel.
What are we doing?
It's just, it is a sad day for Billy McFarland and the Fyre team and the festival and the brand and everything in between. And so really what happens is I put a bet in. I placed a bid, and hopefully what's going to happen is I'm going to win, and I am going to take the Fyre Festival brand to the next stratosphere.
What are we doing?
And basically, I'm going to put on my own show. It's going to be like, hey, remember Astro World, where there were 2 stages, okay? All day at Fyre Sparks. I'm calling it Fyre Sparks Fest, okay? And all day at Fyre Sparks Fest, you can go over to the other stage, and there's going to be acts, podcasters, live performances, music, the whole 9 yards. I just interviewed a bunch of musicians on Tone Taylor's podcast. I've already got more musicians signed up for my non-existing festival than Billy McFarland did for his half real fake / non-existing festival the second time.
What are we doing?
Let alone the first time.
What are we doing?
So I'm already 3 steps ahead of Billy. So basically, I'll have musical talent on that stage all day and night, and then boom, around like 8 o'clock, everyone can migrate over to my stage in a safe and calm fashion. Not like that Astro World shit. We don't get all that too crazy at Fyre Sparks Fest. We get a little crazy, okay? As soon as the music starts bumping, we can start jumping, but like not as much, so much that people are like, suffocating.
What are we doing?
So energy's high, you know what I mean? Main stage is me. I'm DJing. I open with a DJ set. So we got like nothing but like an hour of bangers. I hit the whole crowd with an hour to an hour and a half of nothing but bangers, fist pumping, jumping, head bumping. It's just nonstop. You've got to dance to each of these songs in a row, nonstop. And so then boom, once everyone's like into it and the emotions are there and the energy's high and everyone's dancing excited and the drinks are flowing and everyone's good. And then boom, we hit him with the next performance. I come out, I do my karate from the 1990s. Break a board, break a board, break a board, break a board. Boom. 15-minute karate demonstration with me. I'll get the Liver King to come out and break boards. I'll get Joe Rogan to come out and break boards. They'll break boards together, squash their beef. It'll be a historic moment at the first ever Fyre Sparks Fest.
What are we doing?
And I think that'll take us directly into the second half, where then basically I'm doing magic, dude. And I'm going to get like some top of the line special guest, okay? I'll be doing magic alongside the likelihoods of, I don't know, Justin Willman just put out a Netflix special. Check it out. I'll have Justin Willman come out. I'll get my friend David Blaine to come out and do a trick. He'll swallow a frog or like eat someone's iPhone or something. I'll have Chris Angel come. He can just levitate away. When you come to my show, Fyre Sparks, you can expect a dual magic performance with me and Chris Angel on stage, with the finale of him levitating just off into the night.
What are we doing?
He never comes back down. You never see him again. And the headlines the next day will literally be, where is Chris Angel? He was last seen at Levi McCurdy's Fyre Sparks Festival that he acquired from Billy McFarland. He was doing his famous levitating act and boop, just disappeared. And his family hasn't seen him in 3 weeks.
What are we doing?
You know? And then to end the show, boop, we're already in hour 3. We kick it off with the third or fourth hour, and it's a live podcast, right? I'll have some guests. I'll have 1 to 2 guests, very notable, very, very appropriate, very famous, very recognizable guest on the podcast. They'll come out, we'll do some bits, we'll talk about current topics, news, whatever they're doing. We'll riff, we'll go back and forth. We'll do Q&A with the audience. and then boop, that'll be the last hour, and it'll be this 4 to 5 hour entertainment experience that no one has seen, I think, since the likes of Taylor Swift's Eras Tour.
What are we doing?
It'll be better than that. And so as soon as I am done this eBay bidding 3 days, I got to wait 3 days for the eBay listing to expire. I'll win because of how much money I've actually put into this. And then boop, you can expect the announcement for Fire Sparks Fest 2026 coming next year. We're going to build the stages. We're going to get the acts solidified and cemented into the ground because we can't do it without them. And then boom, you can expect nothing less than a 4-hour performance from me on stage. I tried to get Billy to bring me in for Firefest 2, but he made the one mistake that everyone has been making this year. He didn't call me.
What are we doing?
And that's just an issue. And I feel bad for him because now he has to sell the brand. Now no one wants to mess with his brand. He has to sell it for pennies on the dollar. It's worth $1 million, and he's probably only going to get a couple $100,000 for it. And so at the end of the day, I'll win. I'll put on my own festival. You guys will sell it out. We'll all have a great time. And I'm thinking it'll probably be one of the biggest events that the world has ever seen in since Woodstock.
What are we doing?
Be on the lookout. Tickets, more information coming soon. Listen, so Biebs, our boy Biebs, surprise album time. It's been 4 years since we had a Bieber album. And listen, baby boy, my man, JB, hey, you're a dad, congrats. You're a dad, congrats. Your wife is a billionaire, congrats. But listen, this album though, dog.
What are we doing?
What's the, what were we, where exactly? Hey man, I got a vibe, you know what I mean? There's 2 or 3 songs that are 100% kind of a vibe, kind of a lovemaking kind of track. But other than that, the other 21, it's a 21 track album. So the other 19? Hey bro.
What are we doing?
One of the best parts of the whole album was the Drewski interlude. I mean, why we have 3 separate, literally 6 to 10 minutes of the album is Drewski. And he's not singing. He's not rapping. I thought when I saw Drewski's name on the feature list, maybe we would get a Coulda Been's record artist, or at least some form of a collaboration or a rap or something in the background, something that had to do with Drewski and the music he's involved in. But instead, it's just Drewski making jokes in the studio, hanging out with JB. And that, honestly, might be one of the best parts of the album.
What are we doing?
Some of the songs, I mean, they're just, I think Daisies might be up there as one of the top contenders, but none of them are really first listen, kind of second listen halfway through. It's not really none of them are really sticking out to me as this is it, song of the summer. You know what I mean? Every summer, 2018, 2019, I think maybe 2020, we had the song of the summer. It was Justin Bieber, DJ Khaled, Drake, whoever was on the track. Justin Bieber was usually involved. None of these really scream song of the summer. And so Justin Bieber's swag doesn't necessarily maybe have all that much swag to it. Butterflies is kind of a pretty song, but again, are any of these for the radio? You know what I mean? There's a voice memo on here. The Sexy Red verse is probably one of the worst things that I think I've ever heard on this entire planet ever up till this very point in time.
What are we doing?
The Sexy Red verse on Sweet Spot completely ruins the song. Sweet Spot might have been the best song on the album if Sexy Red wasn't actually on it.
What are we doing?
Him playing Standing on Business. Can I play this?
You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking. talking to that I'm standing on business, is he? I don't give a if you're on the sidewalk.
It's just another bit with Drewski.
At the beach. You know what I'm saying?
I like that you pronounce business. Usually when I say standing on business, I say standing on business. I don't say I'm standing on business, bro. I think that's why he ain't leave right there.
Because you're not white.
What are we doing?
Justin Bieber is, though. You know what I mean? And so it's just kind of this weird kind of vibe of an album. The title song Swag is It's just too long. Too long is kind of a good song, but it's just the album it's a very interesting piece of work. I think it's something a lot of people are going to have to sit with. I think it's something a lot of people are going to have to kind of maybe let's give it a few weeks. Let's give it a few weeks. Give it a few listens. Right now for me, I'm at about like a 6.8 out of 10. I know that seems low, and I really had high hopes for you, Beebs.
What are we doing?
I mean, we skipped out on Kid Laroi. We couldn't have got any other we could have hit Drake for a feature. We could have done anything else other than Drewski and this sexy red verse. Gunna was fine. It's just the album, I don't think, unfortunately, lives up to the standard of what we would expect from Justin Bieber. But at the end of the day, I know the Beliebers are going to have my head for that opinion. And so, you know what I mean? I'm not off the team. Okay. Hey, we chose him for the first dance song, babes. That only one, like, you know what I mean? If it's not you, it's not, that song, I cry every time.
What are we doing?
So by all means, we are still ride or die for Justin Biebs. But at the end of the day, I think I would rank this album probably a little bit lower on the list than like some of his last few that have had some pretty, like a handful, if not a lot of bops on it.
What are we doing?
So Swag by Justin Bieber, it's an okay. We'll report back maybe in a week or two, maybe get some other people's opinions on it. I don't know. We got to let Megs listen to it. I'm not sure what we can do up until this point, but it's Justin Bieber. You know what I mean? He can do what he wants. Apparently, rumors have it that, he's putting out another album either at the end of this year, beginning early 2026 as more of they say a traditional pop album, I think, just to get ahead of the backlash that's probably going to come from this.
What are we doing?
But, you know, he'll do anything and everything to promote it that he wants to. And if he does the whole circuit, that means it's doing well. And if we just see Justin Bieber go away again for a couple of years, that just means whatever. I don't know exactly what it means, but that's just what it is. And so he's probably going to need another therapy session from Drewski just to get through. Probably, I would say upwards of like 30 to 40% of the reviews are going to be that of what I've just said.
What are we doing?
And so, we'll get there. You know what I mean? Listen, last bit, and then we'll get out of here. It's kind of interesting to see this mass exodus of podcasts ending. There are a lot of podcasts that seem to either be immediately, like right now, on the brink of like not being a thing anymore, but also just kind of falling off in the sense that the numbers are low, the co-host and the host just aren't really in it anymore, and it's kind of just, it's probably not looking good for some of your favorites. Like, listen, 2 Bears, 1 Cave on the way out.
What are we doing?
There is no chance in hell that this time next year, come summer 2026, that Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer are still actively on a weekly basis doing 2 Bears, 1 Cave. They're both like in their, hey, we're not comedians anymore. We're actors because of our Netflix shows and movies now kind of roles. They're basically done. The comedy podcast bubble is popping, dude. It's popping, and it's popping quickly, and only a few pods are going to survive. I think probably we've got a good chance that Theo Vaughn will be sticking around. We've got a really good chance that Bobby Lee will stick around. And we've got a pretty good chance that Tim Dillon will stick around. But the rest of whatever you think might be the Rogan sphere is in trouble.
What are we doing?
Two Bears, One Cave is on its way out for the summer while Tom and Bert go film their perspective Netflix projects. Bert's getting his own new show. Tom got his own new movie. And so they can't be bothered to Zoom or meet up or do anything or bank episodes together. And so the best way to basically fill the void of something that they don't want to do anyways is to bring in Stavi and Chris DiStefano. And you know what I mean? We're excited.
What are we doing?
And so it's basically just the energy of Chris DiStefano and Stavi and his laugh and just the whole aura that those two bring to the table. I'm excited to see where this next chapter of Two Bears, One Cave goes. But believe me, it's not going to last long, especially under that name with the whole guest host and everything else. This is the preparation. This is the exit. This is where you will probably never see Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura on the podcast ever again.
What are we doing?
Tana Mojo and her friend Brooke have decided to end their podcast canceled. They've broken contracts. They've decided to take the consequences of that action, and now we are getting no more canceled. Canceled has been canceled. And like, it's kind of already happened 3 or 4 times already. They've already rebranded and reinvented and relaunched this podcast at least 3 times. So basically at the end of the day, we've seen it coming. More and more about Brooke's past and her tweets and the way she feels about certain people that walk amongst this planet with her have come out. Comments are nothing but kind of hate towards Brooke. Tana has kind of matured within herself, doing podcasts with Trisha. I know saying that hanging out with Trisha has matured Tana, and that kind of is a weird statement in and of itself. But I think also Tana's boyfriend, fiance, whatever, Makoa, her current partner, has also kind of grounded Tana and brought her into this kind of new maturity level of herself. And so just doing things like the Cancel podcast just really, I don't think, aligns with her brand anymore. And so we won't see anything from that. Just so everyone knows, there's been an emergency in Pennsylvania. Thank you to my tax dollars hard at work, sending heart-stopping alerts in the middle of the podcast.
What are we doing?
So Tana and Brooke are done. They just had their last episode or whatever they're calling it this week. Then, like, dude, no good news coming from the recently relaunched David Dobrik podcast. Okay. And so we call, I think it's, Views is what it's called. Views by David Dobrik and Jason Nash. As anyone who knows, is a fan of this podcast, has just officially been brought back these last couple of months, basically because David felt bad that A, he stopped it in the first place, which means B, Jason wasn't getting paid all that much, which then forced him to panhandle and do TikTok lives pretty much all day, every day, just to make ends meet.
What are we doing?
And so David felt bad. So David took him on a vacation and then boop, gave him the podcast back with a new Spotify deal that I'm sure was at least $100 million. They get probably paid out of that amount. And so on a recent episode of Views, Jason was like, hey man, I didn't get my check this month from Views or this week from Views. And I'm just wondering where it's at. And basically David Dobrik, the heartless, soulless monster he has become, has just laughs at him. He does or however David Dobrik sounds. And it's just like him laughing at Jason because he's like, what, Jay, you need your money? What's wrong, Jay? You didn't get your check this week, so you're not going to be cool with the wife on the bank account? And it's just like constant, the put down and the embarrassment and the belittling of Jason Nash that I am confident will eventually, within the next couple of months, within the next year, just like Two Bears, One Cave, will inevitably be the downfall and finalization of the Views podcast. Because guess what? Hot take. David doesn't want to do it now.
What are we doing?
He didn't want to do it the first time. He doesn't want to do it now. He doesn't want to be. That's why there's no video, because he can just put his least amount of effort into this podcast as David Dobrik possibly can. Because doing that podcast with Jason means he can't be off making another sponsorship deal with D-Brand or SeatGeek to give away 20 Teslas, because he's busy doing a boring hour-long podcast just to get an update of Jason Nash's life this week.
What are we doing?
So David Dobrik's out, dude. He hasn't changed. He will never change. And he's going to inevitably just make it so unbearable to do the Views podcast that they'll just both walk away. They'll both agree to walk away because it'll just get that bad that Jason would much rather, second hot take, second hot prediction. Jason Nash would rather be panhandling on TikTok every day than do the Views podcast with piece of shit David Dobrik.
What are we doing?
And then, of course, Fighter and the Kid, everyone. You got Brian Callen back from the vacation that he didn't tell Brendan Schaub about until last minute, like commenting on Brendan Schaub's energy. And like now there's a whole new lawsuit, dude. There's a whole new lawsuit with Brendan. So his whole studio is falling apart. He's in a freaking storage container. The train track's right beside him. He's got nowhere to go. He hates living in Texas. Brian Callen wants nothing to do with Brendan Schaub because he's trying to take his career that way. And so now with this new kind of civil suit or whatever type of alleged filings within the legal system that Brendan Schaub has got himself into with the CBD company and illegal promotion and his special and emails and the whole thing, and owning 2 or 3% of the company when he shouldn't have. There's a whole breakdown somewhere on the internet of Brendan Schaub's legal issues. But basically, because of such things, no one wants anything to do with this man.
What are we doing?
The only people that are going to stick by Brendan are the people that think that they can leech off of the podcast while Brian Callen's on vacation, and the one producer that moved to Texas with them. It is over for the golden hour. Chris D'Elia and the other guy, what's his name? I forget his name. I always forget the other guy's name. But whatever his name is, the golden hour over. They're not going to keep doing that via Zoom. It's not going to be good for anybody. And it's just going to be over for Thick Boy Studios as we bring all of those podcasts to an end. And it cannot continue. And so as we see all of these big shows crumble, it is just a very interesting, very telling, very eye-opening scenario of where potentially the industry is going, where there's room to improve, and where things might actually end up when it comes to the hundreds of thousands of millions of podcasts out there. When the big boys start falling down, how does that affect the middle and smaller kind of podcasts that have been doing it for a while? So now there's room to kind of project them, the audience of the ones that are failing and leaving and shutting down completely need to go somewhere else. So it'll be interesting to see who fills that void. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Levi McCurdy. This has been another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. Please check out any and all the links down in the description below. And if you haven't done so already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. As long as we get one new subscriber every week, we're still doing it, babes. And guess what? We're up. We're up big numbers. You guys have been killing the content. And I think we're at like 2,160 now. Maybe it's plus that. I'm not entirely sure the exact number, but thank you for hitting that subscribe button. Hit the bell. Get a notification too. We're going to be going wild with the shorts this weekend. Be on the lookout. DJ Donuts coming to Carlisle 2 Hauser Lane, Carlisle, PA, Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 11 a.m. I'll be there playing jams, get a coffee, get a donut. No need to clip this part, Jeff, because it's already over. Shout out to you, buddy. I love you. Thank you so much for doing everything you do. If you guys know Jeff, give him a shout out in the comments down below. I love you guys. I'll catch you next week. It's episode 198. We're this close to 200. We got to push it out. Here we go. It's the What Are We Doing podcast. Peace out, everybody.
What are we doing?